All right, good day and welcome back to Everything Mathematics. And today we continue our series on algebra and we're going to be putting it quite to an end with looking at substitution. Under substitution again, the basic concept will always remain basic, of course. And this is what I love doing here at Everything Mathematics, just keeping it simple. Of course, I personally believe once you understand the basics, the complex, once you understand the basics, the advanced stuff is a lot easy to recall because, everything builds on the simple stuff. So what are we going to look at today? We're going to look at substitution. And to understand substitution, you basically need to know what substitution means. In this very common anime, Naruto, the substitution jutsu is something that everybody loves doing. And it actually means what they say do. A substitution simply means that you replace something with someone or someone with something. Well, in Naruto world, that is. In maths, it's the same concept. In maths, when we talk about substitution, you just take something and you put something else in its place, and that is substitution. So how does substitution incorporate itself with algebra? Simple. So sometimes we have a scenario, A plus B. What is that equal to? Well, in reality, this cannot be solved because we don't know what is A and what is B. So a typical substitution question would tell us, if A is equal to 3 and B is equal to 4, what is A plus B? And now we're talking. Now we have a problem in our hands. So A plus B is the same as 3 plus 4. And 3 plus 4 could be solved now. We can solve this. This is the same as 7. And that's all really and truly that there is under substitution. You basically take one value and that value will usually be given. If they don't give you, then that means that there is a way to find it or there's a way in which you can calculate it. Of course, you have various algebraic tricks, from making the subject formula, reshuffling as an equation or whatever. Different things you could do sometimes to find something that is not known, and then you could substitute it. Recently, we would have finished a series of simultaneous equation. And remember, that's the basis of simultaneous equation. You eliminate a value to find another value, and then you substitute it into one of the equations to find what the other value was. So that is all that we're doing here, really and truly. That's what you have to be able to do. That's what you have to be able to work on. So this is what substitution is all about in the very fundamental, fundamental form. Of course, you could play with it and it could get more intricate. For example, what if we have the same scenario here, but now we have, let's try this one. They give us 3A plus, let's say, 5B. And they ask us what this is equal to. And again, it goes back to the same thing, substitution. We know that A is 3. So wherever we see A, all we need to do is put 3. I think I should use a different color code here so that we understand where the substitution taking place. Right, so we have this here, and let's put our 3 in red. This is the substituted value, right? And then after we have plus 5, and the B again is our substituted value. What is B? B is 4. Good. And once we could figure that out, then it's just a matter of simplifying. So 3 times 3, that would give us 9, plus 4 times 5, that would give us 20. So the result here is supposed to be 29. See how much of a difference it could make when you understand how to substitute? So initially, when it was in the algebraic form, of course you cannot substitute like that because A could be anything, B could have been anything. But when we're given what is A and what is B, it makes simplifying a lot easy. And that's really the concept of substitution. You have to get a value and you place it into whatever they tell you it is. And this, as simple as this is, this lends itself to many other components in math, such as binary operation and even bases. Working with different bases, if you have an in-depth understanding of substitution, it will make your life a lot easier. So let's see if we could do a question and maybe call it the end. This is a very straightforward concept here, to be honest. So let's look at this scenario. Let's call it A, that's the question. So if, let's say, Z is equal to 2 let's say B is equal to 3 and C is equal to -2. Yes, it could be a negative value. Solve. So let's solve the following, right? And again, I won't give you much. Let's just do 2, or shall we do 3? Let's see. So supposing we have 7z minus, let's say 5z. That's z. 5c. And let's try number 2. Let's try z plus b plus 10c. And of course, at this point, you could pause the video and try and solve, but I would not pause. I will go right ahead. So again, substituting our values here, I have z, the total z is 2. Look at it right there. So this will be 7 times 2 minus 5 times what the total is c. C is -2. So substitution took place, and now it's just to solve. 7 times 2, that is 14, minus, no minus. 5 times -2 is -10, -10, and -10 plus this negative here will make it +10. Correct is right. And that's equal to 24. So 14 and 5 times -10, that's 10. 5 times -2, that's -10. But that negative times this, okay, let me put it like this. Let me write it in case you cannot see. When I multiply this 5 by this -2, I will get -10. Good? That's what I will get. But this -10 now has this negative outside here. So this negative with this negative here will eventually make it positive. And that's what I have there as a reply, right? Very well. So the answer, yes, is 24. Good. Let's try the next one. So z plus b plus 10z. Let's see what we get here. Use a different color for the next one. So we have 10z here. So z is 2. So we have 2, we're substituting, right? So 2 plus b. B is 3. Look at it there. B is 3 plus 10 multiplied by -2 again. Similar scenario. Well, kind of similar scenario. Good. And now we could simplify here. 2 plus this, okay, let me start with over here. Let me brackets first. Let me do the brackets first. 10 multiplied by -10, let me say 2 plus 3. 10 times -10 is -20. A negative and a positive is a negative. So the answer here will be -20. Not the answer, but this part of the solution will be -20. And to wrap it up, 2 plus 3 is 5, and 5 minus 20 is -15. So this is our answer here. This is our answer here. So yeah, that's basically the concept behind substitution. It's a very easy concept. And when you think of the whole idea of substitution, again, it's just replacing one value for something else. Usually they will tell you what that something else is. If they don't, as I said earlier, that means that there is simply a means for you to find out. So we're going to bring it to the end today. Again, as always, feel free to like, share, and subscribe if you haven't as yet. And until the next one, you take care. This is it for today.